Thank goodness we've got an expert in the house. It's Drew Blaszik. Good morning, Drew.
Faith in Finance. How you doing?
Good morning. How's it going?
Pretty good.
Good.
Pretty good.
I see yellow papers.
You know, I print off some notes and keep
nice.
out yellow. Then my wife said something about Christian had to do something with his yellow papers.
Oh, I got you.
okay.
And then I accidentally printed a couple
I
copies.
could see him from here. I think it's pretty good. Probably a pretty good choice.
Now,
Our house is
does
yellow,
not-
so it kinda
it
matches
doesn't
our house.
represent yellow journalism in any way, does it?
Yeah, right.
No, I'm not sure.
You yellow belly. No, I'm just kidding.
You know, talking about all this stuff, I don't know if you guys saw this, and the listener can go look it up. I watched it last night. Now, I stayed up kind of late because I came back from the Schluter's house.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like a little tired, and I was cracking up so much that President Trump was with Powell at the Federal Reserve in the construction area. Did you guys see this?
I did see that. Yeah.
Was that not the funniest thing
And he
that
called-
that Powell had to have that little hard hat on, right?
Yeah.
They had it, and then he starts ripping on how much it's costing, like $3.1 billion to the construction, and then you see Powell shaking his head no, saying, no, that's not true, whatever. And all of a sudden Trump looks around, he pulls out a sheet of paper, he goes, look, it's right here.
It showed him the paperwork.
And then Powell looks at it and he goes, wait, you included a building that was constructed a couple years ago, renovations. And then Trump goes, and just keeps on talking. And then at the end of it, Trump goes, you know what? We're not really under construction. He took his hard hat off. Like he made him wear it though. I don't know if that was like
We're not in the
purposely did that so they could
construction
take pictures.
Right.
I was laughing so hard.
Yeah.
Like that was seriously the funniest thing I've seen in a long time. But you know, one thing I noticed. I don't know if you guys heard about the Genius Act.
The Genius Act.
Genius.
It was passed when I was on vacation. It was passed during vacation. It was when the Congress, it passed the Senate Congress. I'm not sure if President Trump signed it into law yet, but it's about regulating something called stable coins for crypto.
Okay.
Which is interesting. But I just had a few things that if anybody's in it, stable coin means it has to be pegged to something.
Okay.
So I'm going to have
Oh, wow. Okay.
so
So it has to be pegged to something. Which
well,
is
that's what a
not-
stable coin is. And all it is regulation. So it's just, if anybody wants to look it up, it's kind of interesting. So so people have more faith in these things. But it's like a 1-to-1 reserve requirement, which means if someone creates a stable coin, they have to have, to say one stable coin, they have to hold on to something that's liquid like a dollar or a treasury bond. So it's protected. So so there's mandatory monthly disclosure, legal definition of stable coins. So that's part. So they got together, they passed these laws, and I think that's part of the reason if people saw that like Bitcoin kind of went up.
Oh, okay. Went up again.
Well, it went up to about 122,000, and now
Which
it's
is
back
lower
down.
than it's high, but back.
Well, it's 123 is the highest.
Okay. Yeah.
And then now it's a little lower, but
Wow.
so it's kind of interesting that they try to pass these laws here.
Yeah.
With it. But I would just say, I was talking to someone on vacation about these things, and I didn't really get a good chance to talk too much in depth about it, but I find value in Bitcoin for what it offers. But I think it's dangerous when people start going into these meme coins, these weird things. It's like a pump and dump scheme. It's where they pump out this information about it, and it goes up, and the people that create it all of a sudden sell it.
Oh, yeah.
And I think Catholics have to, we talked about this before. It's an asset that does nothing, and we're trying to gain a profit.
Right.
That's in a form of usury.
Right.
That when I interviewed Brian McCall and King, Professor King, they both agreed to that.
Yeah.
That is a form of usury. If you're trying to make money, that does nothing.
It's not going out and it's not building a house. It's not building a business. It's not doing farming or anything like that. It's just because other people are interested. Now all of a sudden it is more valuable, and you make money off of just investing money to make money.
And that goes into I think it's chapter 24 in Rerum Novarum.
Yeah, right.
It talks about how our investments, our wealth should be used for the common good,
Right.
which means that if you have farmland, you can make a profit on it,
Right.
but you need to produce food for the people in your area. And I think that's these things do nothing. And when you look at Bitcoin, I think that's important to see that can be a store of wealth,
Right.
that you labored, you could hold on to it. But if you put everything into it, and just people know that I bought some Bitcoin, but
Right.
if you put everything into it, it doesn't produce anything. It's not for the common good long term. So we might think, oh, it's going to double this year. It might double.
Yeah.
But it's not producing anything, and it doesn't really
Right.
help society.
Yeah.
Kind of lacks that subsidiarity that our economy is tied to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and it has to be considered, right? I'm not. we're not passing judgment on the morality of it, but it doesn't fit the teaching. In fact, it does the reverse.
And I think I think it's okay to put a portion of you want to hold on to it, or if you're going to hold on to cash anyways, that's what you want to do. But if you start getting those, I mean, because it's been going up so high, and you're thinking, I'm going to make a wealthy on it, I'm going to make a profit, it's a tricky, I was kind of challenging my guests when I interviewed them about that. They wouldn't say go that far.
Right.
But I think when you're taking from true investments, I could use that money and buy a business, that's so much more important.
So if you're going to take your cash and put it under your mattress where it's not doing anything, you could take that cash, that amount that you would put under your mattress, take it and buy Bitcoin, and it'd be okay because you weren't going to invest that anyway in something that
but if you
might produce.
If you had a bunch of money invested in and stuff and you pull that away, and then because you think about it, if everyone did that, no one produces anything.
Right.
There's no production. So it should be used as a percentage of your money. You want to hold on to it, and it could maintain its wealth, which the dollar does not.
Yeah.
Like if you talk about 100 years ago, if you had $1, it's worth, I forgot, they said like 3 pennies now for what it was worth back then, that you lost 98% of your value for holding on to it. And that's a solar system. It is insane.
Crazy. I mean, 3 pennies on the dollar at this point, 100 years later, but you can certainly see it.
And one thing I do want to mention, we always talk about in our society, materialism and wealth, that the Rerum Novarum talks about that there's a dignity to poverty. And it teaches that in one of those early chapters because Christ embraced poverty.
Right.
And I don't think and what does poverty mean? It doesn't mean you're starving to death. It means you just don't have the material wealth. And we don't have that today as much, that people go, you know what? It's a cool thing to live in poverty. You know what I mean?
Well, look,
and again, poverty.
This is from the headlines this morning. Wealth. Pope Leo said this today. Pope Leo XIV highlights how immigrants and refugees are witnesses of hope and tenacity in the midst of adversity. So it's the same. It's that. Look, he makes the point exactly as you're saying. He's not saying that there's a great thing associated with being a refugee. He's saying because they continue, because they remain in hope, and because we help them. Yeah, that's where it is. Because everybody has to come together and work together for the good of that person. That it can be a great display of hope and tenacity.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, I think this is so important that. It's just this material wealth. It's okay to, because Rerum Novarum definitely teaches that private property is good, and it's good for inheritance, to pass down to your children, because it's productive wealth, it's productive assets. It's about producing something and providing for your family. But a lot of times, you go through my closet, I can get rid of so many things. Right. Just holding on to it for what purpose? Oh yeah. And I got to admit, I've been building a shed.
Yeah,
and it's been taking a long time. No directions, instructions. I'm just building by scratch.
Yeah,
wall for walless, and I have to think about it. I got to admit, a couple times because I hoard on to stupid things certain kind of pieces of wood, and a couple times I realized that one piece I was hoarding onto in the shed, it fits.
You
perfectly.
Actually needed it.
I was so happy.
Oh geez,
I was finally.
That's a warning to your wife. He's going to keep more, not less now.
And a couple screws I was holding on to. I was like, I can use it now.
Yeah.
But I had to pass 100 other items.
Yeah, right. But you can buy that for 37 cents at the hardware store too. So I'm just
true. What's the principle?
You could sell some of that Bitcoin and go.
Scraps of wood. I don't know why I hold on to it.
I love it. Faith in Finance, Drew Blaszik, Professor of Finance. Thank you so much for your enlightening words.
Drew's a hoarder. We're going to go out to his house. I want to take some pictures.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we are going to we wrap up this hour. This is a quick hour.
Yeah, went by quick, and the next hour is going to go by just as quickly. We have Pat Odie Murray joining us in just a few minutes. She'll be with us throughout the entirety of the hour when we welcome in Monsignor Billion with Meals with Monsignor. Going to be fabulous. I believe this week is a restaurant